Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're basically opening up a literal treasure map. Just think about it for a second. How many people do you think leave serious money on the table or accidentally stumble right into a legal trap just because they don't know how to access free public real estate data? Well, we're going to change all of that for you today. We are unlocking the secrets of Suffolk County, New York property records.
584,954. That is a staggering number, right? That is the exact number of individual tax parcels located just within Suffolk County alone. Now, obviously, that's a whole lot of paperwork, but more importantly for us, it means there is a massive amount of free public data just sitting there, totally waiting to be accessed.
Okay, let's dive into this. Just imagine sitting at your computer and uncovering a hidden financial lien, or verifying a past tax assessment, or even mapping out exact property boundaries. And the best part? Doing it all without paying a single dime to some third-party service. Seriously, whether you're buying, selling, or just doing some due diligence as a homeowner, knowing what's hidden in a property's history is an absolute superpower.
So, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll be decoding property records, then looking at the tax map number. After that, navigating portals, checking out taxes and liens, exploring advanced tools, and finally, wrapping up with resources and a quick disclaimer.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Decoding Property Records.
So, what exactly is a property record? Well, in Suffolk County, we're talking about official documents. Think deeds, mortgages, easements, and liens that record ownership and interest in real property. And here is honestly the most empowering part of all of this. Thanks to the New York Freedom of Information Law, FOIL, and New York Real Property Law Section 291, accessing these records is your fundamental right. It's not some special privilege. Property ownership is a matter of public record, which means transparency is literally baked into the law to help facilitate legitimate real estate transactions. Anyone can access this data, and basic access is absolutely free.
Moving right along to Section 2, the tax map number.
Now, the county's online systems don't really just use standard street addresses. Instead, they rely heavily on what's called a parcel ID. And to get your parcel ID, you usually have to start with the Suffolk County Tax Map Number, or SCTM for short. You can usually find this right on your property tax bill. So let's walk through the visual math you need to do here. It's pretty simple. The SCTM is a 19-digit number. First, you're going to take that number and strip out all the dashes and periods. Just get rid of them. Then you simply add 4 zeros to the very end, and boom, that converts your standard 19-digit tax map number into a slightly ridiculous but totally essential 23-digit parcel ID, and that's exactly what the county's search portal requires.
It's also really important to know that Suffolk County is divided administratively into 10 distinct towns. Because of this, the format involves specific town district codes. For example, check out Babylon's district code. It's 0100. Huntington is 0400, and Islip is 0500. This 4-digit code is what kicks off your parcel ID, and then it's followed by your specific section, block, and lot numbers. Feel free to hit pause right here for a second if you need to track down your town's specific formatting rules.
Now, what's really interesting to look at here is how this actually appears in the real world on a snippet directly from a local tax bill. You can see the physical address right up at the top. Then just below that, you've got the SCTM with all those dashes and periods we talked about. But look right underneath that. There's something called an item number. You're definitely going to want to keep a close eye on that item number because for certain residents, it actually changes the search process entirely.
All right, Section 3, Navigating the Online Portals.
So when you actually jump onto the official Suffolk County Payment and Property Lookup website, you're going to see a search box for your parcel ID. Now, remember that item number we just looked at? Well, here is the critical exception. If the property you're looking up is in the towns of Brookhaven or Southampton, you actually do not use the standard section, block, and lot format. No way! Instead, you have to build your 23-digit ID using that 7-digit item number. So say you're in Brookhaven. You would type 02, followed by 10 zeros, then your 7-digit item number, and then you'd cap it off with 4 zeros at the end. Oh, and a quick troubleshooting tip. If you ever run into technical errors, or maybe the site is just temporarily down, a great workaround is to reach out directly to your local town assessor's office or the Suffolk County Clerk's office. They're located right in Riverhead or Hophuge.
Which brings us to Section 4, Checking Taxes and Liens.
And this brilliantly illustrates the difference between a totally clean record and a massive red flag. When your search results finally populate, you're going to see a list of tax years descending chronologically. Now, on a standard, clean record, you can usually just click View Bill and you're good to go. But you've really got to watch out for bold red text. Sometimes, if property tax payments aren't current, the word lion will appear in bold right there on the screen. That is a massive alert signaling a financial encumbrance. Uncovering a hidden lien early on, that can literally save a real estate transaction from completely derailing. And just as a quick tip while we're talking about the portal, if you're actually looking to pay current taxes there, partial payments are allowed. But our sources do note that the minimum amount for a partial payment is $200.
Next up is Section 5, Free Advanced Search Tools.
The good news is you're not just limited to the tax portal. The county actually offers an incredibly powerful, totally free tool called the Suffolk County GIS Viewer. It's awesome because it allows you to visually search for properties by address. You can see interactive property boundaries, environmental data, and even zoning designations, all without spending a dime. Now, a really quick privacy tip for you here. Remember that while these searches are completely public, using a VPN or browsing in incognito mode is a smart move. It can help keep your own personal search history private from third-party data trackers while you're doing your hunting. Also, keep in mind that many towns like Huntington, Smithtown, and Brookhaven maintain their very own dedicated property portals. That's where you can look up specific town-level assessment roles, grievance procedures, and even tax exemptions.
Finally, we arrive at Section 6, Essential Resources and Disclaimer.
So Suffolk County has some pretty strict retention rules that are governed by New York state law. Things like deeds, mortgages, tax maps, and subdivision plats, those are kept permanently. They are basically the permanent treasures of a property's history. But, don't expect to go online and find every single piece of paperwork from 50 years ago. Short-term records, we're talking routine correspondence, temporary permits, or inspection reports, those are typically only retained for about 1 to 6 years before they just vanish.
So the crucial point to take away from all this is that while this explainer definitely gives you the exact tools and the knowledge to access these public records yourself, you really should always verify the information independently. The county provides this data strictly as is. If you're out there making significant real estate or financial decisions based on these web searches, absolutely consult a qualified legal professional or a title company. It's for your own legal protection, just to ensure that absolutely no hidden encumbrances or unrecorded documents slip through the cracks.
Wow, we've covered a massive amount of ground today. We went from decoding FOIL laws all the way to calculating those crazy 23-digit parcel IDs and even spotting hidden property lands. You honestly now have the skills to act as your very own property researcher. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Go grab your tax bill, find that tax map number, log into the Suffolk County portal, and just see for yourself. What hidden history will you discover about your own property today?